This is why I believe that this screenplay was nominated for an Oscar and why it was worthy to be nominated for an Oscar. Sean Baker took a compelling and very good screenplay and he added this final scene that makes it magnificent. I knew something big was going to happen at the end of this screenplay. You could just feel it. It was undeniable, the way the momentum, the way it was heading toward the end. What I really thought was a big twist. I wasn't exactly sure what it would be. My best guess was that Annie and Igor were actually working together the whole time to defraud this family. But he gives us something way better. He gives us an emotional peak, this symbolic, emotional climax that represents a full pivotal moment in Anora's journey towards self-awareness and emotional authenticity. So what's happening here? I'll tell you what I think. Igor, he offers a true act of kindness by giving her the 4-carat diamond ring, which I had to look it up. I don't even know what those things are worth, but upwards to $250,000 even. And by the way, diamond. Remember who Annie's main rival is in the story? The other exotic dancer, Diamond. I don't think that was an accident. Annie tries to compliment Igor in this scene to say, you know, this car is very you. And that's really the best she can manage at the time. But remember, her entire career as an adult dancer is to put on this mask and say nice things to men that she doesn't really mean. So she is feeling very vulnerable because of this gift, basically, that he's given her, this kindness. And she doesn't really understand her emotions at the time or how to deal with it. But Igor presses her a little and she cracks. So she admits that she doesn't like the car. This is where she's fading back and forth on the fence between who she was when the screenplay started and who she is now as her arc has been fully developed. Back and forth. And then we come to one of the most beautiful parts of the scene, and that is the silence. I mean, we do have the windshield wiper, weep, boop, weep, boop. That actually amplifies the silence, though. That was a good device that Baker uses there as a director, and he puts it on the page as well. But anyway, we have this silence, and Annie, she knows that Igor, sitting next to her, desires her, wants to be with her, but he's giving her this space, letting her be in her own bubble, not forcing himself onto her the way all the other men in her life have. She is in emotional pain here. She's vulnerable. And it's all too much. So she climbs into his lap and she grasps at her most comfortable defense mechanism. So she transitions into her sexualized self, putting on this mask. And this is a way to hide from her pain. As long as she's engaging in this transactional relationship, she doesn't have to deal with her true emotions. But Igor isn't playing along. He only wants intimacy here with Annie. Not sex, but true intimacy. She sees this in his eyes, that he wants to kiss her. He wants to be intimate with her, truly intimate. And it breaks her. This makes her angry. This brute who sees her as a complete person, not a sexual toy. She can't handle it. She is forced in that moment to face her vulnerability and experience the fulfillment of her emotional growth. This is a beautiful scene. This is the secret sauce. This is what elevates this screenplay and makes it worthy of an Oscar nomination. Cheers to you, Sean Baker.